Hi everyone, Lori here, and just about to start a practice on opening up for our backs. So in order to relieve back tension and kind of get out of the anti-sitting mentality in our backs, we need to open up our hips, our hamstrings, and our glutes. So our practice today is about that. I have a strap. If you don't have a strap today, an old tie or your tie from your robe or a towel will do. So just go ahead and grab that as I start and bring us into a calm place to start moving and breathing at the same time. I'll meet you back at the mat. So just go ahead and join me into a seated position. I want you to know that taking a seat is really about engaging your muscles in and around your hips. So give yourself a little room by taking your meaty muscle mass and just tucking them away and getting very tall. I'm sitting on a beaded block. You can sit on a block or just on a pillow, something that gives your hips a little lift. So go ahead and take a deep breath in here and exhale completely. And then just return to your normal breathing. And as you do so, just feel the ebb and flow bringing you out. Now, in your practice today, we will bring breath and movement together. But for now, I just want you to breathe. Imagine in front of you is a candle. And your exhale will be so slow that you will not blow the candle out. So I'm asking you to tap into your imagination. Picture a candle in front of you. Draw a deep breath in. And then slowly exhale without enough force that you won't blow your candle out. And do that again. Inhale. And then slowly exhale so you don't blow that imaginary candle out. And then just return to normal breathing. Allow your breath and body to connect. So feel your skin, the air around it. Notice how your legs are contracted. Maybe let them go a little bit. Notice the place inside your chest, your throat, your head. Feel how your body is connected through your arms and your legs. And then imagine your spine like a ladder, each rung of the ladder represented by your vertebrae. And imagine the space between each rung of the ladder. And bring this to your mind. Allow this to be what your spine will represent as we open, decompress, and let go of all the stuff in between. So I'm going to start with fluttering your eyes open, drawing yourself a little taller by lifting the crown of your head to your ceiling, and then just rounding your back into a seated cat. Feel how that is on your shoulders, on your hips. Draw your hands to center and just bring your body forward, so giving yourself a little more stability with your hands. And then release the hands, bring them behind you. Open the heart up, lift the head to the ceiling, and just look up slightly. Just enough that you feel yourself floating out. And then release, keep your fingers on the ground, send your heart forward. You're not going to get too far, but you're just kind of giving yourself this notion of being able to extend through the crown of your head. So imagine a long line from the crown of your head to your fingertips. And then release. Stack your vertebrae. Keep your left hand behind you. Bring your right arm to the left leg. And then use that just to kind of guide your vertebrae, your back, all the way around. And let your chin come over. Just gently. Let your head come over first. Bring your right arm behind you. Push into both fingertips. And then take your left hand to the outside of that right leg. And just look over to your right shoulder giving that strong back space through the twist. And then bring your head back to center. You're going to float away, coming off of your buttock, coming onto standing, and get you to start at the top of your mat. I've got my mat on an angle today, hoping that we can find a little more space as we move. Now lift and separate your toes. Draw your pinky toe down and then your big toe. Let the other ones just float downwards. Come into Tadasana so the fingertips are spread and floating downwards. Keep the space at the side of your body as long as possible. Come from the outside of your ankles to the outside of your knees, through your hips, through the torso. And just imagine your shoulders draping backwards. And then let your arms float to either side. So just let your arms become parallel to the ground. Put the palms down. Reach your fingers away from each other, feeling yourself growing long. Like as you do so, draw your belly button into your spine. And then take your arms, let them come all the way up. Fingertips come together. Push into the fingertips. Feel your arms tighten. And then draw them to your heart center. You've come with this open palm. Imagine as you look down, each finger pushing into each other. Turn your fingers inwards. As you push the arms out again, just open up. And then inhale them up again. This time, hands are closed and you bring them to your heart center. Pause. Open up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time, scoot them all the way back. Full range of motion of the shoulders, all the way up. Exhale, bring them back down. Pause here for a full breath. As you inhale to lift again, draw your knees down. Come into a deep squat. Just pause here for a moment. Notice that when you do this, the glutes tighten up a little bit. You start tightening through the hamstrings. And then bring your hands to the top of your thighs. So you're really pushing down into the tops of your thighs. Lift your tailbone here. Feel your belly empty. And then draw your heart forward. As you do so, keep your knees bent. Bring your hands to the ground and just fling them on. Push deeply into your fingers. And then just kind of move the body down and up. So feel the tightness of your hamstrings. What you're asking the body to do. As you move the body up and down, there's this connection to your legs. Pause here. Enjoy a deep breath in. Exhale and fold forward even more. The knees are bent a lot. Inhale, float halfway up. Bring your hands back to the top of your thighs. Lengthen your legs now. And as you push onto the top of your thighs, lift your tailbone. Pick up your heart. And now exhale. Keep your legs long with a slight bend in them. And as you come forward into a forward fold, relax the shoulders, the head, and the neck. Bend the knees significantly. Take your right foot back. Shimmy it back all the way. And then bring your left foot closer to the side of your mat. Look up and feel the beautiful stretch already in the back hip, your right hip. Draw that hip down. Pause here. Bend the knee, step forward, forward, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands to the ground. Take your left leg, bring it back. Toe heel the right foot out. Look up, push the heel away. Lift the heart up. And start to experience the stretch in that left hip. Draw the hip down. Notice how that changes your pelvis. The outside of your thigh connecting more. Bring your hands to the ground now. Take that front foot and swing it back. Your first downward facing dog. Here, bend your knees significantly. Make your ears kind of parallel to your biceps. Pull into the shoulder joints. Come up onto your tippy toes. Lengthen your legs. Draw the right heel down. Left knee is bent a lot. Inhale, lift. Bend the right knee. Draw the left heel down and pause. And then just go ahead and with the rhythm of your heels, draw them down and up, just starting with the stretch in the hamstrings in a gentle way. Pause here. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes. You're going to exhale 3 breaths down. Ready?
Exhale. Good. Bend your knees. Come onto all fours. Bring your hands directly under your shoulders. Bring your tailbone up, belly down. Look up into cow. Exhale. Turn the tailbone under. Rise up through the tailbone down. And then just rock back and forth. Cat and cow. Drawing your shoulders away each time. Come back to tabletop. You're going to take that right leg, bring it to the outside of the right hand. Bring your hand on the knee. Bring your heart to the center, coming into a little twist. And then exhale, bring it down. Hand comes down to the ground. Take that foot, bring it back. Outside or left leg to the outside of the left hand. Left hand to the left knee. Rib cage starts at the base of your spine, coming into a little twist. Just a little opening sequence for movement through twists and lengthening. Hand comes down, foot comes back, curl the toes under, hips up, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels again. Bring them into that beautiful space to the ground. Inhale, lift the heels 3 times with an exhale. Exhale, exhale. Exhale. Bend your knees significantly. So now you're drawing into the shoulder blades. Pick up your tailbone. See if you can make your back longer. Look at the top of your mat. Take that right foot forward and then the left. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend the knees. Fingertips down. Belly is on the top of your thighs. From here, let go of the shoulders. Keep the knees bent, but just manipulate, try to take the tailbone and lift it up so your heart comes further forward. So you're looking to draw the belly down and up and then lift up, come halfway, start to lengthen the legs and then exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to the ground, push into the pads of your fingers a lot. Take the right leg back and then the left. Coming into plank, pause here, come onto your knees, tops of your feet on the ground. If you pushed into your fingertips more, you're going to start to bring the hips back. Coming into child's pose, teach the fingers to be very powerful and then draw your hips to your heels. Feel the spread of the top of your body. Let your head down and relax. Push into the pads of your fingers. Lift the heart forward. Come into that modified plank. Feel the length of your spine here. Go ahead and draw your belly into your spine. Curl your toes under. Lift up. Come into downward facing dog. Again, draw the heels down one at a time. Feel good and right about this. Pause. Opening through the hip. Take the left leg, extend it to the ceiling. Bend the knee. Lift the knee and just stack the hips. As you do so, feel the left hip open. You could look under your right armpit and wiggle your toes to see them. Come back, downward facing dog. Right leg to the ceiling. Big reach first. Bend the knees, stack the hips here. Love the feeling on the right side now. Push into the left hand just as much as the right to open up through that right hip. Come back, downward facing dog. Stretch here. Bend your knees, come into tabletop again. Scoop down, cat. Exhale, cow. And then come back to tabletop. Move your hands so that they're directly under your shoulders again. As you push into the toes to lift the hips up one more time, you're coming into a little bit of a, almost like you're ready to pounce forward. Look at the top of your mat. Draw your shoulders in with your knees bent. Take the right foot forward and then the left. So the knees stay bent. And then inhale, push and extend. Head comes down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Take the right leg back. This time, drop the heel. Coming into warrior one legs. So helping with the strength with the legs. Take your right hand on your right hip and just coax that hips forward slightly. Come all the way up and pause here. So starting to open up now through the front hip. Take that right arm, reach up, inhale. Bend the right hand, pat yourself on the back, grab the elbow of that hand, and take a side bend. As you do so, it's almost like the skin is pulling upwards and drawing space through that hip. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Arms are floating up into first warrior. Hands to the hips. Lengthen the leg and pause. Draw yourself a little taller now. Bend both knees. Keep going. And then draw your hands to either side of the foot. Pick up the back heel. Step forward. Forward, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, hands to the ground. Step back with the left foot. Draw the heel down. Stay here. Take your left hand on your left hip. Keep drawing that hip forward as the right hand comes onto the right hip. Inhale. Take the left arm, reach up. Bend it. Grab onto your elbow here and lift. Exhale, take a side bend, opening up through the left side. It's almost like you're pulling the hip upwards just by mere movement of the elbow. Inhale, come back to center, arms lift up, bend slightly, hands come down to either side of the foot. Pick up your back heel. This time, take the front foot, swing it back, downward facing dog. Pedal your heels, welcome the hamstrings, reach the tailbone up. Exhale 3 times down. 1, 2, 3. Good. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Come down to your hands and knees. Inhale, lift through the belly. Exhale, drop the belly, look up. And just fall back into tabletop. Stay here for another breath. You're going to take that right foot, bring it forward. Curl the back toe under, lift the knee off the ground. Then you're going to take that foot and step it in about halfway. The front leg lifts. You're going to come all the way up into standing pyramid. Hands are on either side of your hip. Keep your heart lifted. Relax your face. Take a moment to calm the body. As you exhale, draw the top of your heart forward. Keep in mind that that front leg is going to want to stay long. Stay here. You don't need to come down any further. If you can and like to, come on to the top of your thigh, maybe your shin. Keep drawing that back hip down. Maybe bring the fingers down. And wherever you are, drop your head and relax. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Fold forward. Bend the knee. Bend the other knee. And then step forward again. Inhale, halfway up. Inhale all the way up. Draw the fingers up. Bring the hands to heart center and pause. Go ahead and take your hands to your hips. Take that front leg, right leg, step back about halfway to your mat. Bring your hips forward. Use your hands to keep the heart high. Inhale, lift. Exhale, just slowly float forward, keeping that front leg as straight as possible. You may need to put a bend in it. Option to come to your thigh, your shin, or maybe to the ground. Keep the tailbone lifting. In your next inhalation, draw upwards through the back of your leg, and then exhale, lengthen the front of your body. Let your head, shoulder, and neck relax. You also feel a little pull in the inner thigh. That's cool. That's all right. Look up, bend the knees, step forward, forward, fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold forward. Relax the head and shoulders. Let your head just hang. Bring your hands to the ground. Take the right knee down and back, and then the left. Go ahead and take a cat and cow here. Just a nice way to loosen the spine. Okay? And then just release. You're going to bring your knees forward, draw yourself onto your backs, and go ahead and grab your strap if you have one. And I'm going to face myself this way. And just bring your strap to the ball of your foot. So this is one of my favorite stretches, again, for the hamstring to bring them back. Okay, so bring the knee into the chest and just hang on to your strap wherever it is. Make your arm as long as possible and lengthen your leg out here. Pause here. Kick the heel away as best you can And then just put a bend in the arm just a little bit to find a little more stretch through the hamstring. Keep the hip all the way down. Okay? Switch grip. So you have the opposite hand. Arm comes long, so it's like you're pinning your shoulder there. And you're just going to take that leg over slightly. Okay? You won't get too far. Now we're taking the outside of that leg for a little bit of a ride. Pause here. Okay? Try to keep the bend out of the knee as much as possible. Relax your breath. Exhale. Come back to center. Now pause here. Feel that stretch. Bend the other leg. Keep it bent. Push down. Bend this knee. Release the strap. Cross the leg over. Okay, so we're not quite done with that leg. Inhale here. Bring the knee up and just take that figure four stretch. Just a gentle stretch for the outside of that thigh. Tuck your chin in. Option to grab the actual shin on the opposite leg. It doesn't matter where you go. Okay, just feel the outside of that right thigh. Stay here for full breath. So really coming into the outside of that leg. Draw your tailbone down. What does that do? You will feel that trickle up your thigh. Release the leg. Now stay crossed. Knee stays over the hip. You're going to take the arms out wide. I'm going to incorporate a little bit of core here while we're here. Just make a circle with that supporting knee. Draw it up and around, and then go in the other direction. Draw it up and around, and pause. Drop the foot. Bring your both feet to the ground and stay here. Okay, let your back reset. And then take your strap again. Lengthen the right leg. Bring the left leg with the strap. So the strap comes to the ball of the foot. Lengthen the leg and just hold on with the left hand. So bringing that leg as straight as possible. Let the other arm just float. Inhale here. Exhale, put a bend in the elbow just to bring that leg a little closer and really kick the shin away. So really helping yourself here. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of help. From here, switch the hands. So right hand on the strap, left arm is heavy, and then keep kicking the heel away and draw that leg across the body. Pause here. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the leg back to center. Bend the right leg, put the foot on the ground. Take that left foot, cross it over the thigh, and then draw the leg up, coming into a stretch on the outside of that left leg. Option maybe to grab the shin itself. Okay, just allow yourself to be long through the spine. And once again, draw the tailbone down. Feel what that does to the outside of the thigh. Tuck your chin in, lengthen the spine. Pause. Release the hands. Thigh is still long. Arms are out. You're going to take that little switch through the core. The circle in slow direction in one way. Pause. And then the other way. Pause. Good. Relax the shoulders. Draw your foot to the ground. Untuck the legs so that they're side by side. And then just windshield wiper your legs side to side. You might find a little tightness still in your back. If you do, that's okay. This is a nice motion. Okay? Bring the palms of your feet or the bottom of your feet together in a kind of a diamond for the knees. And see if you can let go of the muscle contraction and let gravity take over, so this external rotation of your hips just provides a little open space for the back. Inhale, draw the tailbone up, and just notice what that does to the deep stretch in the inner thighs. So the pelvis really rules when it comes to the hips and how it feeds into the lower back. You just kind of move your tailbone up and down, and you can notice how that changes. Bring the knees together, toe heel your feet apart. Come into your final pose. Okay, so we have a shorter practice today just to kind of give yourself opening through the hips to give your back a rest. Okay? You can stay in Shavasana for the next few moments, resting your spine, resting your legs. And again, coming into that breath that is positive and calm. With your legs heavy to the ground, imagine for a moment they're like tree trunks laying on the ground, the earth, arriving at a spot of rest and sending a message to the rest of your body that you will be supported, that you will have space, that no matter how dark or how chaotic your body feels, particularly when it comes to the lower back, that to open the door to release opens the door to relief. Draw a deep breath in. Exhale 3 times. And then just draw your knees into your chest. Hold on tight. Side to side rotation. And when you're ready, float up into seated. Take your time. Giving yourself a lot of time just to get into a tall seat. Just bring your hands to heart center. And just enjoy a deep breath in. Big exhalation. And with your eyes open, wide open. And from my heart to yours, a big, huge namaste. Have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed this simple practice for your lower back, and we'll catch you next time on the mat. Thanks so much. Have a great day.